Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games, back with another cool arcade game pinball machine video for you this evening. This is Williams' Space Odyssey pinball machine. This came out, I believe, in 1975. We'll confirm that here in a second. This is the two-player version of Space Mission, if you've ever played Space Mission. And Williams put this out, and it's a really fun game. Now, we bought this years ago, and we filmed a couple videos of this already because we had to repair it. And so we bought this years ago from a gentleman, maybe 2 years ago, from a gentleman, and the thing was in pretty rough shape. So we've been working on it. We shot one video showing the playfield being repainted, and then we shot another video showing just doing general repair on the cleaning the switches and things like that, trying to get it back up and running. And we finally did get it back up and running. So this is our final video. We're going to show you how it plays. We're going to show you what the game was like. This is not a perfect example of this game, but it, you know, we saved it. So, you know, pretty cool, right? I'll show you what we did, and I'll show you how they made the game. So let's find that date on it, just so we can tell for sure. Usually they sign the playfield or they sign the back glass. Yeah, here we go. Space Odyssey, copyright 1975, Williams Electronics Inc. Now, I was not on this earth in 1975, but from what I understand, this is a representation of a famous painting. Because back then, you know, they didn't have cameras just floating around in space, but at one point in time, around 1975, they had a special situation where a capsule from the United States with people aboard and a capsule from Russia with people aboard, or I guess the Soviet Union at the time, docked together in space. And they called it something famous. I can't remember the exact term. I don't want to screw it up, but this was a big event, of course. So the United States and Russia, or the United States and the USSR joining together in space. Huge deal. So this gentleman painted a picture of that, of what that must have looked like whenever that happened, and then they made a pinball machine, Space Mission or Space Odyssey, the two-player version, where they memorialized that famous painting. So there's a painting of this. That's a big deal because, like I said, back then they didn't have a way to take a photo of that happening, at least from outside. So that's kind of the vibe of the back glass. This back glass, whenever we got it, was all flaked and all messed up, and so we repaired it by clear coating it and then actually spray painting some of the color back in it. So we spray painted red behind the title so that we got that back. We spray painted like a white cream color behind all of this so that it illuminated right, and you don't see the light bulbs through the back glass. So it's not a perfect job. The thing was in really rough shape when we got it, but it presents pretty good, as you can see, and you can see that iconic painting on it. So it turned out pretty cool. Now the cabinet has the same thing going on, but it's just stenciled, so it's a little simpler, of course, and both sides are the same. And on the back you've got a satellite there, and just kind of a little design. The other side is the same, or I guess just a mirror image of it. Got a little bit of fade going on here. All in all, I'm pretty good. And we repainted the frame around the back glass. If you get that all nice and clean looking, just paint it, even if you paint it a different color, it makes it look really nice and sets off the back glass. So that's always beat up a lot, and this one was too, so we touched it up a little bit. Got it looking pretty good. Now the front of the machine had a lot of wear on it, and we thought that the whole cabinet was messed up, but after we started looking at it, we figured out that most of it's just right here on the front. So we had to sand it down, take off a little bit of the there were a couple places where the plywood was just warped and everything. Had to take some of that off, fill it in with Bondo, and then we repainted it just like a cream color. There was a little bit of a design on it originally, just some orange and blue kind of clouds, but the rest of the cabinet has a lot of art, and the coin door looks really nice, so we just left it plain. We didn't attempt to paint that back in. And the playfield, in the other video, the playfield, which is really cool on these, has a lot going on. This particular playfield was destroyed whenever we got it. If you watch that other video that we did, the playfield was really screwed up. So we actually repainted a whole bunch of this stuff on this playfield. Some of it you can really tell, like for instance, you can tell by looking at this that something's going on. Something's been repainted, right? And back here, I mean, look at that. That's not quite right. And that's not quite right. And that's not quite right. That's because a lot of that was missing and had been repainted by someone else, and it looked pretty rough. So we went back in and painted it. A whole lot of this blue over here was the wrong shade of blue, where they had repainted it. So we've done a ton of paint work on this. Now, we're not trying to represent this as like perfect, or we're experts at this or anything like that. We're just trying to save this machine so that it won't get parted out and thrown away, because it's such a fun game. And we did. So we saved it. The thing is playable, and it's fun, and it looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. So we're quite pleased with how it turned out. Like I said, it's not perfect, but looks pretty good. We had to paint a whole ton of it though, but the thing's fun. Somebody will want it in their game room. It's not a collector's quality machine, obviously. I mean, it's got issues on the cabinet, it's got issues on the back glass, it's got issues on the playfield. But it plays good, and it looks good, and it sounds good, because we also rebuilt the chime unit. So we got the chimes sounding good, playing good. We did a lot of little things, like we replaced the pop bumper caps, and we replaced the pop bumper skirts, and we rebuilt the flippers and put new flipper bats on it, and of course new rubber everywhere, and waxed it. After we painted it, we sprayed some clear coat on it. Not car clear coat or anything, just rattle can clear coat. So this is kind of a I don't know the best way to put it. It's not like a backyard restore, because we started with something that was pretty rough, but we've done what we could to get the game in nice shape. So there you are. Let's read over the instructions. This is Williams' Space Odyssey. It says, insert coin and wait for machine to reset before inserting coin for next player. If you put a 1/4 in and start it, or a nickel or dime or whatever it was, I think this is set on a quarter, but if you put a 1/4 in and start it, and then put a 1/4 in immediately, because the score motor's turning, you might lose your quarter. So you need to wait until it resets before you try to start a 2-player game. Now we've got this one on free play, so all of that is moot. And then it says, each player shoots 1 ball at a time, as indicated on back glass, of course. Now lucky for us, the part where it says ball in play, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that you can kind of make out there, none of that had flaked off. So we were able to seal it, and it will stay like that for eternity, or until they get rid of this back glass and get a nicer one. So it'll say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like every pinball machine does. Tilt penalty, ball in play. Tilt does not disqualify players. So if you tilt the game by shaking it a little more than you should, the ball will just drain. You won't score any points, but it won't end your game. And of course it does not disqualify you by ending your game. Making A, B, or C lights the eject holes. So A, B, and C is this here. Now the way you get C is you just, I believe, I may be wrong, but we'll watch it while we're playing it, is you just advance this light. So this light advances around. When it gets to here, it goes back to here and just goes around. So after you light up both of these, C comes on. After you light up both of these, B comes on. After you light up both of these, A comes on. So it's a little, it kind of depends on where you start, But if you light up, basically if you move this 3 times, so like if you were here, you go 1, 2, 3, you would light up C, Or if you were here and you move twice, you would light up A. So if you move this 3 times, you light up A, B, or C. And so making A, B, or C lights the eject holes. So the eject holes are, I guess they're calling all 4 of these eject holes. So you've got these 2 down here behind the flippers. And by lighting it up, they're just saying that you get the 500 points instead of the 50. Or you light up these 500 when lit. And so if you make it, it will light up your double bonus. So that's good. So basically, lighting up A, B, or C. No, it says making A, B, or C. I may have that wrong. You may have to light it and then actually score it by hitting the target. So I think that's the point. By doing that, you'll light up all 4 eject holes. Well, check me out on that to make sure I'm right here in a few minutes whenever we play it. Eject holes when lit, light double bonus, right? So if that's lit, you get 500 points, and you get the double bonus if you land in them. So double bonus, you have a bonus at the end of each ball. And so if it's double bonus, it counts each 1,000 twice, double. Okay, when A, B, or C is lit, position of swinging target light increases spinner value. Position of swinging target light increases spinner value and lights extra ball rollover lane at top of playfield. When A, B, or C is lit, position of swinging target light increases the spinner value and lights blah blah blah. So I guess they're saying if A, B, or C is lit, this will land on certain spots that will turn this to 1,000 when lit and light the extra ball rollover at the top of the playfield, which is that center lane, extra ball when lit. So what probably happens is once these light up, so once it's moved 2 or 3 times and it's lit up A, B, or C, then on every second light that it runs through or whatever, or maybe once it gets back around to one that's lit up, it will alternately light those up. Again, let's watch while we play. Making A, B, and C lights bottom rollover lanes alternately for one replay. So if you light up A, B, and C, I wonder if they mean you have to hit it all 3 times. Again, we'll have to watch. But once you do that, it lights up your specials, and it says alternately, so those will bounce. Either that one will be lit or that one will be lit, and they'll go back and forth. And if you go down and get your special, the special will score 1 free game. Now, it's not as fun to get a free game on a game that you own because you can just hit start. Especially since this one's on free play. But yet it is a fun game. Now this one's really cool because this target moves the whole time that you're playing, which was kind of a novel thing in 1975. And then also these little kickouts, some people hate them, some people love them, behind the flippers. So you can, cradle your flipper like this and make the ball roll down there, and then these little cannons will shoot the ball out, and I'll be damned if they're not aimed right at that switch. So sometimes the thing will play itself. Sometimes it'll pop out, hit the target, and then fall over here, then pop back out and go for the target again. So it's a pretty cool game. And the most fun thing about it, all of that's fun, but the most fun thing about it is that you can kill this score. So it's on 50,000. That was a horrible game. Now it's only got 5 numbers here. So if you get to 100,000, it rolls over and it lights up a little light right here that says 100,000. And you will get to 100,000 pretty often. This is a very high scoring game. I mean, people that are good at it can probably just go crazy with it. And part of it is because your bonus is so good. At the end of the ball, you can have it build up to 20,000 and then get a double bonus. So you could score 40,000 points just on the bonus on one ball. I don't know if you can, I don't think you can collect the bonus. Yeah, I don't think you can collect the bonus without draining. But I guess you could get if you could get an extra ball in a drain, you could get your 40,000 points, and then it wouldn't cost you a ball. Another thing is this spinner is really good. If you light that sucker up for 1,000 points and then hit that damn spinner, I mean, you might get 10,000 points just off a spinner shot. And it's also got this cool little horseshoe shot up here, super bonus advance, right? So every time you hit these ones that say advance bonus, that was just a rollover. Every time you hit these ones that say advanced bonus, you get 1,000 points. It advances this up. But whenever you hit this super bonus advance, it hits that little rollover switch in there, that little button. It hits that little button and it advances it 5,000. So you can really build the bonus up, and it's just a really high scoring game. Now with the rebuilt chimes, it sounds really cool too. So it's just a fun game, has an excellent theme, Space Odyssey. I mean, that's awesome. Awesome. Who doesn't like space exploration? Who doesn't like American space capsules and crap from the 70s? I mean, that's cool, man. And in the 70s when this came out, you can imagine how it was much more cool then. So I'll set up the tripod, we'll play it a little bit, and we'll see if this sucker can still go. Okay, folks, we'll play it. So this is going to be the end of our Space Odyssey stuff. We filmed, what, 2 hours worth of video while we fixed this one? And we mentioned it before, but it's not that this is such a great game that, you know, it's worthy of all that work and everything. It's just that we were trying to document kind of what we have to do to at least get an old kind of really beat up game at least playable again. So we'll play it a little bit and see what you think. It is a fun game though. All right, so I always set mine on 3-ball, and I'm gonna try to roll it. I'm gonna try to roll it. These Space Mission and Space Odyssey, actually you could score really high on. Oh, so on my first ball, I scored 1,200 points. Really goes against what I was just saying, but we'll keep playing. The ball is wild. You can see how these kickers, the slingshots in these kickers kind of play themselves. Because you can get such a high bonus. So that ball I got, I'm up to 23,000 now. Oop, not quite enough. A little more. Oh man, I turned off my lights there. Oh, cool. I think it hit a divot on the playfield and got back over where I needed it to go. So if I can figure out how to... Oh, man. So we ended up with 65,000 points and kind of just a, you know, not even that great of a game. So, what will happen when I get good? Let's find out. I didn't even hit the spinner. Well, if I could hit the thing, right? Big money, big money. Double whammy. Whoa. So basically all of your points, like he's getting kind of trying to get stuck there. Basically all your points are from getting like a really crazy bonus. So we're up to 8,000 on our bonus. Good shot to make is that horseshoe shot up there right where I was just at. If you can make that one, it gives you a super bonus advance, which is like 5,000 points. So that ball was 47,000. It only goes up to 99. Ooh, about lost it. Ooh, that was dangerous. That was fairly dangerous. Oh, come on, come on. So now we're at 59,000. I think one of the things is, like, I always put the flippers a little bit higher than most people. A lot of people let them drag a little bit. I don't like that. But because I do that, there's a little less room between the flippers. Ooh, all right. 72,000. Let's go again. Why not? It's on free play. You just hit start. Whoop, didn't quite get enough of it. Didn't quite get enough of that either. Oh, should have held it up. Ooh. That motor shot is a little bit of a sucker shot because it tries to go right down the middle if you hit it dead on. Oh. Those out lanes. The freaking out lanes. We're at 31.9 on the first ball. I'd like to roll it at least. There's a light comes on if you roll it. All right, 47,000 that time. Let's try one more time. I think this is going to be the one. Was my first game the best one? I think this is the one. I can feel it. Oh no. Oh no. How am I going to do it? I only got 3,000 on the first ball. Worst case scenario. I mean, and this would be worst case. I might have to play a second game. Keep on. There we go. Oh, it missed the. Oh man, I went through so fast it missed the button. I didn't get it. Did you see that? That's horrible. Horrible. Nothing worse than hitting a switch and you don't get the points. Oh. Let me make sure the switch doesn't look like it's stuck. It looks good. I think I just went through too fast. There we go. So if you go through that thing, it advances the bonus 5,000 points, which you go ahead and score, and then you score it again at the end of the ball, right? So that's a good way to get a ton of points. Well, I still only got 52, but let's try one more game. Why not? I think it's because that first ball messed me up. It wasn't fair, really, if you think about it. That wasn't fair. That wasn't right. Ah, they did it again. I only got 3,500 points. I might have to start trying to tilt this sucker. Get a little action going. Oh, the flipper, the spinner's caught upside down. Oh, there we go. If something like that happens, like if the spinner catches upside down, oh, I got an extra ball. If the spinner catches upside down, the 1,000 points you get, yeah, super bonus. If the spinner catches upside down, the 1,000 points relay will be locked on these old ones. So you can't score 1,000 points as long as that thing's stuck upside down because it never turned off. Doing a little better now, what do you think? Ooh, whoa. There we go, go through there. Oh, not quite enough. Saved it. 500 when lit, people. Watch them out lanes. Don't need to be anywhere near those out lanes. There we go. Oh man, it's messing me up because I've already got I need to score the bonus. How can I go ahead and score the bonus? I think I can only score it. Yeah, I can only score it at the end of the ball. So basically, I can't get any more bonus. See how I'm stuck at 20,000? I can't get any more bonus because it's maxed out. Not bad, 68,000. It would have helped if I was on like double bonus though. But what can we do? And then on the back glass, you can see same player shoots again because I had got an extra ball. On these EMs, you can only get one extra ball on most of them because on the add balls you can get a little more. But on the regular ones like this, with 3-ball or 5-ball play, you can only get one extra ball per ball because all it does is make it where it doesn't take away your ball. So basically, we're still in the same ball. That's just how they mechanically had to make it work. Come on now. I'm going to need some work here. I gotta try to roll this sucker. None of this outlane crap. These are crazy whenever they just go back and forth between the, oh no! I've still got one ball left. All right, we're at 86,000. Do you think I can do it? I have confidence in myself. I think I can pull it off. Yeah, give me the extra ball again. That'd be good. Got my double bonus. We're gonna do it, people. We're actually going to do it. Unless I tilt it. Don't shake your camera or your phone. You might tilt it. And then I won't roll it. All right. Okay, you can't tell because I did such a bang up job on the back glass. But if you look really close, that light says 100,000 points. So I've got 110,410 points. But as you know, because you saw me working on it, that 0 is fake. So disregard the 0 in all of them. Oh, I don't know if I ever showed you that, but after I put it together, we got in the little fake sticker that goes on there so that it looks like there's an extra reel. They call that the dummy reel. But we got it all together and working pretty good. As you can see, fun game. These ones with the space theme really sell pretty well. People like that kind of a game. And as you can see, you can even roll it. And I'm not that good. Just think how good you could get at this thing. I mean, I got like, what, 80,000 points on one ball there? Or I guess it was 2 balls. But anyway. Now, by the time you see this video, Space Odyssey may have blasted off to someone else's game room. It may not even be available for sale anymore. So we're not necessarily trying to sell you this game. We're just trying to show you how cool it is. And if you want to check out the ones that we do have for sale, though, check out our website. Go to lionsarcade.com or you can stop by and see us. We're in downtown Rock Hill. We've got a whole room full of games like this, pinball machines, arcade games, jukeboxes. We've always got a bunch in. If you're not local, so you can't come by, and you don't want to buy, well, that's fine. Just subscribe to us here on YouTube. Give us the thumbs up on the video, which helps us out. It lets other people know about our cool video. And leave your comments below. Let us know what you think. And that is the end of the Space Odyssey. So if you didn't watch all the repair videos, there's like 4 other videos on here where it showed how we fixed this exact machine up. So go watch those. But if you have, thanks for being along on the trip. We'll see you on the next game.